morning. It's February, and it is nice and warm out. Don't make any sense, but I like it. Not much for sports going on. It's basically NHL All-Star Week. It's pretty well everyone's off. Basically preparing for Super Bowl. Last night there was three hockey games. Three hockey games and a big trade. Oh, yeah. Hey Tyson.
Morning, partner. How's it going?
Great, man. How are you?
Oh, I somehow caught a cold somewhere along the line, but now
Oh,
guess it's my turn, man.
no, don't even say that. Just this one's gonna pass quick. You don't want your turn. It's a
Oh,
weird year. The last year, it's like colds just keep coming. I don't understand. It's ridiculous. It's gotta go. It's gotta go.
too nice, my friend. It's too
That's
nice,
what I said it earlier. I said it hasn't been cold enough to kill everything, and now it's feels like spring.
but I don't want it to go back to what it was a couple of weeks.
No, I don't either. I'm with you. We don't need no minus 50 something with the wind chill.
No, that's overrated.
Unnecessary. Yeah. Overrated. Yeah.
You betcha, you betcha. Well, are you happy with the big trade last night?
Extremely happy. I think that's a crazy deal for us. He wasn't going to re-sign in 3 months anyways, so we get a first round pick, a conditional fourth. That D-man that's down in the OHL right now is absolutely tearing it up. I think he's got 49 points.
Yeah.
And Kuzmenkov is not a bad player. I mean, he had 40 goals or 39 goals last year. He's only got 8 this year. He had a big dip, but there's potential there. So, no, I think that's a huge move. And there was another guy as well, but the other guy really didn't know. But
Uh,
that's a lot of parts for someone that wasn't going to sign anyways. So, and a guy who wasn't doing great this year for us either. He was in a dip year as well. So,
yes.
no,
Well,
extremely happy with the package we got.
okay, I'll just say the package here. I got it right in front of me, my friend. The Flames acquire Andrei Kuzmenko, Hunter, I can't even pronounce his last name, Brstuowicz, Yoni Yermo, a 2024 first round pick, and a conditional fourth round pick for Elias Lindholm.
Yeah,
There you
that Brstuowicz or whatever is number one defenseman in the O. Um, and yeah, that's probably the best part of that whole deal when you look at it, to be honest with you. It's he's a puck moving goal scoring defenseman. It's who
Well,
knows if we'll ever, but
yeah, the first rounder's okay too.
yeah, I mean just look at what we got back for dipshit there, the first guy we traded. That
Those
started the year on
Zadorov.
demand. Yeah, we basically got a doorknob and a key that didn't work in that doorknob in return. So this is awesome.
And Kuzmenko, he had the veto power because he has a no trade clause. He could have
Yep.
stopped it, but he signed off on the deal. So
Yep, sure did. So no,
she
that's
happens.
great. Finally, some pieces are moving. I'm happy now.
Is this the beginning now?
I would think
It's
so.
come off.
I would. There was 3 teams I read yesterday interested in Markstrom, but they said it would have to be, for them to move off Markstrom. They said it would have to be the deal of the century. So I don't know if anything will happen there.
I, when you're getting into it now, why not? You got a young goaltender in Wolf who needs
I
conditioning.
don't think that they're sold on him though. So that I think is the issue. I don't believe that they are. I really
Well,
don't. It's sad,
what?
but I don't believe that they are.
You'll never find out if you don't try, right? Like
That's
roll
right.
the dice, go with Vladar and Wolf. It's not like Markstrom has been lights out over the last couple of years.
No,
Honestly,
his best year has been this year, and he
yes,
has been lights out, but it hasn't helped because we can't score anyways. So what's the big deal?
sell high, sell high. If it's me, I what would it take to move Markstrom? A first and a
Yeah, I don't know what they're asking for. They just said it would have to be miraculous, is all that the report read. It would have to be absolutely miraculous. I'm like, well, then make it happen, guys. Like, I mean,
yeah.
let me make it happen.
Well, you got Tanev, you got Hannafin that's going to move yet, and
Probably
Mark's
a couple more pieces too.
I would think, yeah, yeah. You could move some like third line guys, possibly. But the sell-off has begun, and boy, oh boy, let's I'm excited to see what happens. Trade deadline is like a month away, so
Yeah. Yeah, this is the crunch time now. So I'm happy they started early. I really hate when it goes right down to the line. I always find you don't get your best value right at the trade deadline. So
yeah,
um
yeah. I think it was a
I'm
good move.
happy. Yeah,
Vancouver's obviously all in.
yeah,
Uh,
they are.
but I
They
don't think
are.
they're going to have enough Vancouver, actually, like in my personal opinion.
No, I agree. I mean, Lindholm is not that guy to me. I mean, he had a couple of really good years, but that might be behind him. Zadorov, I've never been sold on that big dumb dope. Um, and yeah,
A change of scenery could help Lindholm for sure.
yeah, absolutely, yeah,
You know,
absolutely.
Vancouver is good,
Yep,
but that's a lot to pay for
it is.
5 months of this guy's contract, right? Because Vancouver ain't fitting him in under their cap with Quinn Hughes getting the money and Pedersen getting the money and Brock Besser going to need the money.
Yep. Thatcher Demko's going to need to get paid. Everyone's going to
Uh,
need money.
yeah, so I mean, it is just a short-term rental, a lot to pay, and we'll see. I mean, go Canada, I guess. We'll see where
Yeah,
the
it's nice to see
oh,
Canadian teams making moves to be in it. It's nice. I'm
yeah,
sure Winnipeg will make a few moves as well.
yeah, and this could force Edmonton's hand a little bit. Not gonna lie, they will have to maybe do something, right?
Maybe. I think they're still way better.
Well,
They can
I do too. I
Vancouver
mean,
can pick up whoever they want. I still don't think Edmonton looks at it like a threat. Not right now. I don't think anything
no,
looks like a threat to them.
no, like they really have a lot. Edmonton's going to do little tweaking, but not a lot of tweaking, probably.
There would be no use to that. I totally agree with that.
Yeah,
Unless
it's
they follow the pattern like the rest of the NHL. Holy shit, is there like I've never seen a year where so many guys enter the abuse and substance programs. Holy shit. What's going on, man? It's terrible. Like I saw Patrick Laney and another guy the other day, and like some of these guys are damn good hockey players. These aren't
yeah.
just like it's sad, man. What is going on?
I there has got to be more to this whole situation than we're hearing. Like
Are they
I
all alcoholics? Like I knew hockey players like to party, but I didn't consider them alcoholics, just piss tanks. There's a difference. Piss tanks are
well,
guys that like to just party all the time. Alcoholics are guys that wake up and drink.
yeah. I wonder if there is some pressure, of course, being a professional athlete, but
And being a top guy, especially a guy like
yeah,
Laney.
let's
He's supposed to be a star having his worst year.
let's be honest, they have unlimited funds. Them most of the guys who are in this problem,
Yeah,
and they really get bored. I think. And
yeah.
what do? They start drinking and
And doing other things, yeah.
and yeah,
It's sad, man. I hope it turns around because, like, I'm not kidding. Every day I go on Twitter, there's another one. He'll be taking a
uh,
leave, and the team has addressed something, and he's taking a leave, and he's admitting himself to, this facility, and I'm like, what the hell is going on, man?
well, they don't make them as tough as they used to. When the going gets tough, this is an easy option out,
That's
maybe.
true. Or if you're not playing good, yeah, I'm on crack. I'm
Yeah,
having a terrible year. I do crack. Shit,
you know,
put him in the
I
program.
I wonder if it doesn't help cap wise when they put them on that. Like, is it like an LTIR? Just throwing that out there. Not
Yeah,
saying.
yeah. We're not trying to belittle what's going on with you guys. We're just but honestly, it seems I mean, I'm worried. Like that's a terrible place to be if this is all legit and that's what it is. It's like if they are all mentally sick and there is issues going on, it's sad, man. It's a lot. It's not like a couple guys. There's got to be 20 in the program
Oh
right now.
yeah, yeah, I know. Well, there was last week. I think there was like 3 or 4.
Jeez. Yeah, that's crazy. And I'm not even sure I saw all those ones. I just saw yesterday there's two more. It's
Well,
like,
that's kind of what happened to me with Rec about 4 or 5 years ago.
you went in the program, never came
Went
out.
into the program, never came back out.
I
I
got I
found
gotta get
out
a
that I
I gotta
found
get
out.
into that program, man. I'm exhausted from hockey. I gotta get back
Yeah,
in.
They released me from my contract after that.
Oh man, I never even signed a contract. I don't know why I keep getting the phone call. I haven't been paid for shit.
Well, I never did get paid. It was a contract
It's
for free.
a bad contract, Tyson.
Oh, that's the only one I get is bad ones, man.
Oh god.
Yeah, so that is interesting though. Like hockey has always been the ones who how they promoted how clean their
Yeah.
players are basically, and how good their players are, and what a black eye they've got lately with this whole
Yeah, I was gonna say
sexual,
lately there's been lots of blemishes on the name of hockey.
yeah, this whole sexual thing going on with Hockey Canada, and charges being laid, and all these
Yeah.
guys in this substance abuse. Like, there's problems in hockey. There is.
There is problems in hockey, I'll tell you. I watched a Speaking of hockey, we'll stay on that subject. I watched a little thing last night on Spit and Chicklets posted it on a Boston College goaltender.
Oh, I
And
posted that. Yeah, I shared it.
yeah, so did you see like the clips that Ryan Whitney posted of him playing though?
Dominic, he's like Dominic Hasek, that guy.
Yeah, like him
Yeah,
actual playing. It's about a 7 minute clip of his best saves, and he got into a fight, and it's like some stuff from before Boston College and then in Boston College,
yeah,
and
yeah.
nobody jumped on this kid whatsoever. I don't understand why, but Montreal got him in the third. There is what he said, but
Yeah, steal. He said a steal in the third.
it is. I mean, it's a different game when NHL people are shooting on you, but I'm telling you, nobody can score on him down there.
Oh,
When he's in his zone, it's ridiculous. Like he is so athletic, acrobatic. It's
yeah.
crazy.
How does Montreal always find these goaltenders? Like, they
Must
always got a goaltender.
They must have a program that whoever's looking must know what to see in a goaltender.
Yeah, obviously, because they got that Montembeau, I think, is the next great young goaltender, in my
Yeah,
opinion.
they always have goalies. They always have goalies. They got to figure out the rest.
Yeah, and they got the Primo kid,
Yep.
who's their third goalie. It's weird. There's a lot of NHL teams carrying three goalies this
Three
year.
goalies. Yeah. It is different this year. Well, I mean, if you're going to have a Carter Hart situation, probably wouldn't be a bad idea to have a third goalie hanging around. Man, like
I guess.
that's a crazy one. He is a difference maker. Like that Carter Hart one is horrific for that franchise.
Maybe we could, maybe the Oilers could trade the Soup over to Philadelphia. They need a goaltender now, so we could
They could
send them a
probably
little Campbell Soup.
they could probably take the soup and a pair of socks and they'd probably take it right now. I think you'd be golden and they'd probably send back a forward for you guys, a third liner.
Well, you never know, because Campbell has been playing well in the minors this last 10.
Mhm.
So if there ever has been a time, but I don't know. We'll see.
Yeah.
I don't know if anyone could be that desperate.
Yeah, well, maybe someone's willing to give him a chance again. You never know.
Well, I hope so for his sake.
Me too. For his sake, I do. I feel that's just, oh man, sports are tough. What a business. What a business.
What a business. We all think and see the physical side of things, but totally do not understand the mental
No.
side of things. So,
No,
and
I watched. I mean, I always watch programs on players and behind the scenes. It's probably my favorite thing. Or real life interviews, documentaries are my favorite. And man, some of these kids go through absolute hell. What we see at the end is just a product and whatnot. But what it took to get there, what their family went through, what they not all of them, especially hockey now, it's a very wealthy family sport.
oh,
But
yeah.
the guys that are towards the end of their career, it wasn't that way back then. It was
I
not a wealthy sport.
We were discussing the other night of the hockey game. I said, I would really like to know, and you'll never be able to figure it out, but what it costs to get a kid from pre-novice to the NHL financially to a family.
Oh man,
Mind blowing.
you could write down the stuff. You'd probably be pretty close, but it would be mind blowing. It would be a number you wouldn't even want to fathom.
No, no, I bet you most parents, especially in the later years, you get from about age 10 on, and you get
Yep.
into the hockey academies at
Yep.
40,000 a year.
You're paying a tuition from age 10
More
on,
than a
man.
tuition.
More. You're right. More than most.
My daughter's university is way cheaper than that.
That's true. It's like an American tuition.
Yeah, yeah.
It's
So
absurd.
I really wonder where this is all headed, and since we talked last, last week, I guess, before you left there about the Alberta Junior Hockey League. That's quite a mess going on there too.
It is
Like,
a mess. It's a blemish. It's ugly, and I mean, I don't blame the teams for wanting to leave either.
no, the teams, but so they come to an agreement originally that the teams that are leaving could play them each other, like the five teams.
Okay.
But now those games are being canceled. I don't know what is going on. But they are definitely basically out of the league. They
Oh
cannot
shit.
play any of the other teams that are still in the league. So any scheduled games with the teams that are still a part of the
Done.
league, that is canceled officially.
Holy shit, that's crazy.
Yeah. So the five teams that
Left.
are leaving can only play themselves, and one of those five does not have a game left with anybody else that is leaving. So they officially have no games left in the season.
Wow, like that's crazy.
Can you imagine these kids that are looking to get spotted or whatever
Yeah,
in
yeah.
that league, and season's over end of January?
Yeah, with nothing to show for it really at the end of the year. Like there's nothing
Yeah.
there.
Go home, pack her in. There'll be no playoffs. I think the players are getting lost in this situation a bit.
Yeah, they are forgetting that there are people. There are people involved. There are hockey players here.
Yeah.
Not just teams. I know you're taking a stand for what you believe is right, and which I'm not against.
Nope.
There are human being hockey players here that are at risk of maybe their last shot, or even if they're not looking for a shot, maybe their last ride.
Yeah. Yeah. Well,
hockey's a beautiful thing. It might be a lot of these guys last year, their best year.
yeah.
It's gone.
They're
Like
high
what
at this
COVID
point.
took away from our volleyball team that year.
Exactly. Exactly. Yeah.
And you saw what that did. It has repercussion.
Oh, my kid still talks about it.
It sucks, man. It's unfair. It's
Yeah.
unjust.
It's like,
Bullshit. They
I
should be able to
wonder,
come back next year and play one more year.
they should allow that. I agree. Every other sports they extended that actually.
Yeah, like I mean, you don't have to come back to school, but damn it, if you're home, you're living, you're a farm kid, or you didn't go away for school, you're doing something immersion, you get to stay on the volleyball team for one
Yeah.
more year.
Yeah.
And
Because
actually, if that's the case, I'm coming back for one more year too. I'm coming. I want to be the backup libero. Never touch the court, but I just want to be a part of a team again.
I would love to be the ball boy.
Yeah. Just anything. Just give me a jersey, set me on the bench. I just want to be a part of the team. My favorite part about being an athlete is being a part of the team. It's the best part.
Oh, the guys, you miss the guys.
Oh, dude.
I know Peyton always talks about, especially this year, how close
Yeah, that was a good group.
how close those eight were. And
they still come in when Peyton comes into the office, like he'll come in to pick something up for you guys or drop something off, or there'll be that Ennis kid or the kid from Richmond. They're always together.
Yeah.
It's like 4 or 5 kids come in, and I'm like, that is so. Carter Wagner, I think's one of them.
Yeah.
I'm like, that is so freaking cool. Like they're as close, thick as thieves,
They are,
and that's cool. I love that, dude. Like
and
we didn't have that when I played. We didn't have that.
They support each other in all their other sports. Peyton was watching this weekend, and and they come watch Peyton when he plays hockey, and they've been, they really, it's a unique situation. I've never seen kids that close to
me, but it's really cool. It's really, really, really cool. And this weekend, it sounds like the White Mud playoffs start.
They do, yes.
I think Etonia and Leader start, and it's kind of cool. I like how the Mud did it. They got all the first round done this weekend.
Yeah,
Friday, Saturday, and if it needs to go 3, that third game's on Sunday. I love that. That's good scheduling, in my opinion. That worked out well.
I like it. And 8:30 Friday night in Etonia. Leader Flyers are in Etonia.
Yep.
8 o'clock Friday night. Maple Creek is in Cabri for game 1. Game
Cabri,
2.
Yeah, that's who it is. And then Frontier plays Shaunavon, and Gull Lake has the bye. Is that right?
That is correct. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. And they're 8:30 on Friday night in Shaunavon, of course. The only series that's a little different is Maple Creek because there was no ice available for Friday night. So Maple Creek has game 2 and 3.
Because I was gonna say because Maple Creek is the home team in that one, right?
Correct. Yeah.
Okay. That makes sense. And is that because you guys got a game Friday?
No, Sask first for Peyton, so he's off to Regina. But
you told me that.
there is a U15 game Friday night, and the
Okay.
U15's got a provincial game this weekend. So the rink
Oh,
is
right on.
busy. The rink is hopping.
Is the U15 team competitive like the U18 team, like Peyton's team?
No, they're having a little tougher season
Okay.
than Peyton, but there is some of those. There's two off the U15s that play with Peyton on Peyton's team. So
Oh, right on.
yeah, so they've been helping us out because we're short of numbers, and they've been doing very well, and so they get
Awesome.
the
Well, that'll
experience.
only help them when they get up there.
Yeah, they get a little experience with the midgets as
Men.
well. So that's pretty good. Yeah. But yeah, Peyton and we start next Friday, provincial. So our first
Okay.
home game, and yeah, it's going to be a sea of red in Maple Creek next Friday night. So
Awesome. And who do you play?
Prairie Storm, Prairie Storm out of Regina.
Regina. Okay.
Yeah, so that should be
Geez,
fun.
that's a far one for your first one. Sometimes you're lucky and you the first one's like a Shaunavon area.
Yeah, I
Just
actually,
you know.
I think we're lucky this way because I hate in provincials. One thing I love about provincials is
Yep.
playing different teams.
Yeah,
Uh,
yeah.
that you don't play all year. So I think we're lucky that we get to play a team we haven't played all year. So
That's true. And that's the coolest part about provincials. You see teams from different leagues, like two leagues over. Like you have
yeah,
no chance of seeing all year, and it's kind of cool.
yeah, and that we're kind of sneaky in this. See, we never put up our statistics of our team.
Okay.
So when someone comes to, they're going to have to work a little harder. You can always find out information about a team, but
Yep. You
it's
got to
not
dig.
up on the website. We don't share
That's
that
kind of cool.
information. Yeah, it's not mandatory, so we don't post it. So
I like it.
yeah,
I
but
like it.
I love this time of year. It's busy. We've had a Tuesday night game this week. We got another Tuesday night game next week, and it's just busy, busy. So
Right on.
yeah.
Yeah, hockey is in full swing. I got Parker's got practice tonight, so we
Oh
we
yeah.
have practice before we leave for vacation. So
Yeah.
he's having a blast now. It was a rough year. I mean, the team isn't doing great. The team it's a lot of young kids, first years. They're smaller. They got nobody. Like it's only like 11 players or 10 players. So if anyone's missing, they're already behind the eight ball. And
That is tough.
but
That is tough.
it is tough. But he's having a good year. In the last 3 games, I think he's got 9 goals.
Oh,
And
sweet.
yeah, he's starting to figure it out. Like I told him, I
Yeah.
said, you're not a fancy hockey player. I said, but damn it, boy, can you skate? I said, just these are little kids. This is U11. I said, just take them wide. You end up with a breakaway every time. And so now that he realized all he's got to do is kind of go to the middle and then veer off and go around, he gets the defenseman skates moving one way and then he goes around and he comes in and then he every time though, high glove. He's like just a typical hockey player. It's got to be high glove. So he either gets robbed, he goes, hits the glass in the back and smacks his stick, or goes bar down. He's got one of three options every time. It's very funny.
But it's
But
crazy, when you have short numbers. I know we went to Assiniboia with 9, and
holy moly.
it's brutal because halfway through the game, we were done. We
Done.
were
Yeah.
done.
You only got so much legs. I don't care what kind of shape you're in, man.
Yeah.
That's a fast sport, dude. Like,
Oh, it is.
crikey.
And Assiniboia's got such a big ice surface. It's
Yeah, it's huge.
one of the most beautiful rinks I've been in. Like,
I've heard that every person that's gone through there says that, and I got to get there. I got to somehow get there. I don't go down to Assiniboia for shit, but I got to get there because I've heard it's amazing.
oh, it is beautiful. You won't find a rink any nicer anywhere, and I'm sure you'll get there sometime.
Oh yeah, I mean, I got kids coming up now, so I'll
Yeah.
get there for something.
Yeah, because you got Levi probably.
Yeah,
will
with
end
Maple
up
Creek.
there at some point. Yep. Yeah,
Yeah.
because they'll be in the league. So
Yeah, I probably won't get there with Parker. It'll probably be Levi that I get there with.
yeah, and you never know. There could be tournaments or whatever.
That's right.
down the
Absolutely.
road. But yeah, great facility. Great facility. So can't rave enough about it.
Oh man.
But and hey, we were right yesterday. Your defensive coordinator moving on up.
Yes, sir. I mean, I knew it would happen. I mean, with the stats that he had, he set a NFL record for a defense this year. You just know someone's gonna be after. I mean, I would. Are you kidding me? He would be as high up as Mike Vrabel to me. He's young. He's proven. He's been around for a long time. It's not like he's new. He's been with the Ravens for 8 or 9 years. Like the hope was that we would downgrade Harbaugh and he would be the
Yeah.
future. Like that's what I was hoping for. No joke. So this one hurts not just because we lost Mike Macdonald, but after the play calling the last two playoff runs where we've abandoned the run both times, and now yesterday Harbaugh even defended abandoning the run. He said it wasn't the type of game where we were going to push the envelope on the rush. You've done it all year. What got you there is what you need to continue with. Like, he outcoached himself. I swear to God they do that. You get against a guy like Andy Reid, and Andy Reid is just like, he runs the game plan with what he sees. He doesn't stick to a game plan no matter what. He's not stubborn. Andy would see if there was a problem, and he would change it because Andy Reid isn't afraid of anything. He's been there. He's done that. And Harbaugh, I've seen 2 or 3 seasons where we've lost out, where he's stuck to the game plan, and it's like a horrible game plan. And so I would have liked to have seen Mike Macdonald been given our head coach.
Yeah.
But they're so, like, you know how Baltimore is. They've only had 3 coaches forever. They're very loyal to their guys, and I mean Harbaugh's won a lot with them. And
Harbaugh has,
I don't mind change when it comes youth and within, and the guys really liked him. And it's the number 1 defense in the league. They're gonna follow him.
I'm kind of curious, just on the same lines, but not Baltimore. Like, you got Belichick out there, Vrabel out there yet, and I think they're going to stay on the sidelines a year.
I think for this year, yeah.
I
think a real possibility, like I said, would be if the Chiefs end up winning, Andy Reid going off into the sunset. There's a chance, and Belichick just moving right in there. That would be dirty.
Could be. I don't trust Jerry Jones yet either. Like,
no, I don't either.
Because he came out yesterday and said, "Oh yeah, Mike McCarthy is our guy, but I could work with Belichick." So
What's
do
that
not
do to Mike McCarthy's whole aura, like, God dang.
Yeah. And I think there's only one head coaching job available yet in Washington, and no one wants to go there.
No. Vrabel ain't taking that, I'm sure.
No, they don't have a franchise quarterback. Vrabel is a very sought after coach. He's going to wait to see if something happens using this team. Of course, Philadelphia.
Yep.
If they have a problem and they need
Miami.
Yeah. Team like that where there's high expectations and they don't really get off to the start.
I think Vrabel would be a great fit. And I love Dan Campbell, don't get me wrong, but in Detroit, because he's got that player love, that guts, that gusto, but he would have kicked the field goal. Let's be honest.
Yeah. Well, you know what, Dan Campbell, that's going to follow him now. Because next season, of course, expectations are way higher in Detroit now. Yep. And the pressure is on, and that changes next year, right? And
I feel for him. I feel for him. Like, I love his attitude. I love it. I love him. I'd love to have him as a coach. I think he's a great dude. But you're right. When you don't succeed with risking it all, you become a goat, and not the right kind.
Yeah. I got a question for you here. I've been thinking about this a while. If you're Detroit, do you stand pat with Goff? There is a kid out there, in my opinion, who's a perennial, could be an all-star, but he's just a rookie, not a rookie, he's a young guy. And if I could upgrade, like,
I like Goff. I would stay with Goff. I would pick up a young guy right behind him, because I feel like he's only, 1 game away from not being the guy. But I have had 0 issues with Goff. I don't think he's lost him 1 game this year.
Well, their offense did sputter there for a while,
It did, but they I think play calling really played a factor. Like, man, when Goff got handed the ball and told what to do, and his offensive line held up, because he's a pocket guy. So there's a couple games where his offensive line was banged up and they struggled. But when that offensive line kept him upright, he was like a surgeon. He would dissect teams. He could get the ball to Amon St. Brown, Laporta. His running game was going, but when they were banged up, he struggled. They were banged up against the Ravens when we put like a 40 burger up on him.
Yeah.
And we got to him the whole game. Like, we sacked him 7 times. But other than that, they had 3 games there where he got sacked a ton and he played very poor. But no, I would stay with him for sure, because everyone else is unproven, in my opinion. They might be up and comers, so I'd play them right behind him. And I would make it competition. I wouldn't, just definitively say Goff's the guy you're not. It would be like, this week it's Goff, and I would make it for it.
Yeah, I'm just curious. And the name I'm throwing out there is Justin Fields, because Chicago is moving on from Justin Fields. That I guarantee you. And
yes, they are.
I have always thought Justin Fields is on the verge
But the problem is you can't. It's really hard to change a whole team from a stationary quarterback to
It
a
is.
mobile quarterback. Like they'd
Yeah,
have to adjust everything.
they would.
And that's a lot. So they'd have to plan for it, if you know what I mean. Normally teams are
Yeah.
planning for it. Like when the Ravens signed Lamar, three of their best offensive linemen got traded away immediately, even though Flacco was still the quarterback. And then Flacco just started getting his shit pumped in. It was very funny. Like I remember that season, and then it was like week 8 or whatever. Lamar finally went in, but they had to start adapting to build for that because they knew like we have to have a mobile pocket. Like Flacco would back up, and that's all the pocket had to do was stay right there. But
So
with Lamar, Jesus, man, and it sounds like Kirk Cousins is reworking to stay in Minnesota. That's a very real opportunity for him. He doesn't
yeah,
want to leave. They don't want him to leave, but they don't want him at the high price. So
yeah.
he said, I would take a home deal if we're willing to work it. And then he said, and he kind of added in there, as long as Justin Jefferson's back with me.
Yeah.
So, which is crazy to me that
So
that
we're
Minnesota would stay that way. But maybe if they get the both of them for a good enough price, they can afford to build the rest of their team.
where do you see a Justin Fields landing then? Like he's going somewhere.
Oh, he's going somewhere.
Like
I mean, could you imagine him in Atlanta with Bijan Robinson now that they got a new coach that would actually run the ball and let him play?
New
Atlanta
England,
would be
New
freaking
England
awesome
possibly.
because I don't like Ritter. New England now that Belichick's gone, yes, yep, yes, not with Belichick. He does not like a running quarterback, but that's fine. He's gone. Um, Another team, they don't have a running quarterback, but they are going to need a quarterback soon, is the LA Rams. They're a good squad
Yeah,
already.
yeah.
And Justin Fields, it's
Washington.
not that he can't throw. It's not that he can't throw. He's
No.
just a great runner. He's an athletic guy like Lamar.
Yeah.
Um, Washington, I would hate to see him go there. I think it would be a lot like Chicago. I think he'd be getting his ass beat in. I don't want to see that for him. I want him to have a chance to be
Yeah.
good
Yeah.
for once. Um, where else could a Justin Fields land? You
Well,
know,
the Jets. The Jets put him behind Aaron Rodgers for a season.
that would be cool. I wouldn't mind seeing him or the Giants.
Yeah, the Giants will be in there. There's going to be lots of quarterback movement this year.
I agree. The Browns need a guy. Let's be honest. You can't base your game on Deshaun Massage Watson.
Well, another quarterback other than Justin Fields is the Browning kid out of
Yep.
Cincinnati. He did
He's got
enough.
to go to a pocket passing team. He's got to go to
Yep.
a football team. I would love, and I want to see him start in the worst way. He'd be great with the Giants or Jets or someone like that. Someone who's already got stationary guys.
Yeah, another team possibly Arizona. Like,
Arizona, yeah,
are
because
they
they got
still?
the mini might video game player there, that
Yeah,
quarterback, Kyler Murray.
like, are they sold on him or did they?
I don't think anybody's sold on Kyler Murray. I mean, they were the year they signed him, like idiots, but I
And
don't think they're sold on him now.
yeah, and he gets a big contract. So, I don't
I'm
know.
excited to see the Colts this year with Richardson being healthy. I'm very excited to see them. That's a good team with him there.
Yeah. Does the Panthers? Do the Panthers look to do something to bring in a second quarterback?
Yeah, maybe a second. I was going to say, if you mess with Bryce Young right now, that organization will be the laughing stock of the NFL. They gave everything up to get him over Stroud. Are you
I
kidding
know.
me?
I
They've
know.
got to prove people right because they are a joke right now to the league. When you see Stroud lighting it up and Bryce Young, the only highlight he's got is when he got hit so hard his helmet popped off. That's his best highlight of the year. Is like a guy almost killing him. Like,
That is true, but there are so many teams that are quarterback in need, basically.
yeah, that's because the NFL is a tough league, and there's never 32 elite quarterbacks, right? Never.
You know where Justin Fields would look great? How about the Pittsburgh Steelers?
Yeah, he would look good there. He would look
Like,
good there.
um,
Like the best news in the world to me was when Kirk Cousins said he wanted to restructure because I had a feeling that Kirk Cousins would come back and bite me in the ass as a Pittsburgh Steeler. I think you take him there, you give him a number one receiver plus a real defense, which he's never had in Minnesota. Yup, for a mutt. He would light up the Ravens. It would just destroy my heart. Oh,
Cousins always does well, and then there's the second half where he seems to fade to me all the
you know,
time.
it's his stats have never faded, Tyson. You can go look, not once. His
But
team loses, but it's never him. His defense turns into the worst defense in the league. He
The
still puts up
Vikings fade.
40 plus points. In the last 5 years, he's number 2 in putting up points offensively over the entire span. That's ridiculous. His stats do not lie. I know you don't like him. You think he's more of a game manager, but the stats he puts up are ridiculous.
Yeah, and
His team fails him every single time. If it ain't a missed field goal from 30 yards, it's a defense that lets a 90-yard play happen with 30 seconds left. They go down the entire field to lose, and then his offense comes back out, puts more yards up, and then they screw it up. They fumble, and
we'll see where it goes with his injury, because Achilles at his age, hard to
his
say.
first ever real injury, though. It's crazy. Yeah. He has been a stalwart, man. He has. Yeah. He's been tough. He's been the ultimate guy you'd want. But Achilles is ugly. That is ugly. Like, you either come back fully or you're never the same.
Two other teams that need quarterbacks, the Raiders and the Denver Broncos. So she's quite a year of
there's going to be opportunity.
There is going to be opportunity. There's lots of teams looking for starters. And
Justin Fields would be cool in the Raiders, because I think they're this close.
Yeah.
I think that they are. I think that they're right there.
And Denver always seems to go after quarterbacks, and they're moving on from Russell Wilson. That I can guarantee.
That's done. The blood is in the water there. Yeah.
I don't know if Russell.
I feel bad for Russell. He had a pretty good year.
I don't. He's got.
Yeah, I know, but he had a good year. I mean, I think Sean Payton was extremely harsh to him. I'm not a Russell Wilson fan by any means.
Does he end up in Oakland, or not Oakland, Vegas?
Could.
Sure
could.
Yeah,
and that might reboot his career. You never know. He might have 2 or 3 good years left.
Yeah, I mean, you don't at the level he was playing. You just don't forget how to play football.
That's right. You don't. I'm excited to see if Aaron Rodgers can last more than one set of downs this coming year too. That'd be nice to see him get at least a whole game in. I'd like to see what he can do.
Well, I think the Jets are built for playoffs, man. They got a great defense.
They do have a great defense. Yeah, they got a good running back. They just need to work on their receivers a bit.
Yeah, for sure. And in CFL news, we hit the nail on the head yesterday. Chris Streveler back in Bomberland.
Winnipeg, yep. Back in Winnipeg. Yep.
Knew that was coming, and but they are really talking like Brady Oliveira. There's no chance of him signing.
Yeah, I did see that.
They don't have the cap room, and Dalton Schoen, another receiver. They're going to lose him too. So yeah, and it sounds like the Argos are in heavy on Oliveira.
Okay. All right.
Yeah, so there's some rumor there, because they feel they're going to lose. I can't think of the name of the Willett.
Yeah.
Yeah, they figure they're going to lose him. So
that's all right. That still leaves a running back or two available for the Riders to go snatch. So
yeah, Dalton Schoen, I wouldn't mind seeing in Riderville as a receiver.
Yeah, agreed.
He's a good
receiver. Man. There's some talent out there.
Yeah, that was our deepest position last year, was receiver. And I mean, with the XFL and the USFL merging too, there's going to be some talent available because there's less teams to employ.
Probably going to be another 300 people entering the pool of talent to be looked at. Yep.
Oh, for sure. And there's, if I'm a Rider guy, I'm looking for my next quarterback, maybe, who's succeeded in that league a little bit.
Of course you are. Of course you are.
You have to.
We should always be looking at a quarterback, because quarterback it can be gone any second.
Yeah, and let's hope we get Sean Bain back. I say it every day, man. I want Bain back, but it's too quiet. It makes me nervous.
Every time I see the Rider thing go up on the stories on Instagram, I click, because I know it's going to be a player. It's always someone signing it. Oh, that guy again. Oh, we signed another guy again. The guy we had last year when we were dog shit. Great, okay, but it's not Bain. It's like, son of a bitch. Yeah, come on, guys. Like someone else, someone new, or Bain. Let's go.
Yeah, that's the one guy I really want back bad is Sean Bain.
But I mean, I trust Reynolds and O'Day as much as I trust a wet fart. So I don't know what to do there.
Maybe we should sign Bain. We'll do his contract up for him. We'll get him on the show. I know when he does sign, we are going to get him on the show. And
yes.
Welcome him back to Riderville.
He better sign it. That'd be ridiculous to lose him. Your best player.
We could lose him to Calgary, though. Like, I wouldn't be shocked if he goes back.
I know. I totally agree. It would be so sad on the worst year, like, in a long time. You have one shining spot and you can't even get that back. That would be just piss me right off.
Yeah, wow. And I know there's other talented guys out there, but you're going to pay more for a Dalton Schoen.
Yeah, plus Bain's already proven the fan base loves him. And don't forget, we own this freaking team. This is the
Yeah,
province's team. Give us what we want. We never wanted to get rid of Dressler and Begg and those guys when you made us and John Chick. That was, Chris Jones
that
is
was
doing, you
three
know?
great guys. Yeah,
And that's when this whole thing's like the Riders have never been good. At that point, we had won 4 games in 100 years, but we loved our team. Well, we don't love our team anymore. Give us a
yeah,
team we can love and get behind and support. That's all Saskatchewan wants. We don't want to be, we won't do it if we're bottom of the barrel. Don't get me wrong. But give us guys that try, a part of the community, give a shit, love the fans like we love them. And they'll go out there and they'll give their heart and everything to the game because they're playing for us, for
yeah.
something, for that full stadium, which hasn't been full since Chris Jones gutted the team back then. Not once has it been full. On a consistent basis, I'm getting at. But you give us a team we can love and get behind again, they'll be good. We might not win, but damn it, we don't care about winning at all.
We want
We
to be
just want to make
competitive.
it there. We want to be good and competitive and have guys that we can say, oh, we didn't do it this year, but damn it, I count, wearing 55,000 Durant jerseys rolling around like there used to be. Give us our team back. Give us a Saskatchewan team.
Well, I don't know about you, but I haven't seen him out in the communities as much either. Like the
They're
players.
not, man. Jeremy O'Day, Craig Reynolds, they're not those type of guys. They're pencil pushing dweebs. I mean, I do it for a living, so call me a pencil pushing dweeb. Go ahead. I don't give a shit. It's my job. But your job is more than that. My job's not.
Yeah.
Get out there, get in the community. You are the Saskatchewan Roughriders. You are not the Regina Roughriders. This is a provincial team. Our entire province and every single damn person that moved out of this province in the last 50 years is a Saskatchewan Roughrider fan. They bleed green. And we ain't bleeding much but red lately. And
in
it's
more than one way, man.
in more than one way. We already got Trudeau. Give us
We
our
got
damn
just
team
inflation,
back.
just
God
insurance.
damn, give us our team back. Give us something we can be proud about. Give us guys that we see in the community that we love, we want to hang with. I used to go to the Rider games and I'd stay after just to get pictures with the guys and give them a high five and tell them see them next week. Like I gave a shit. Now I don't know half the guys. They don't give a shit about us. They're not in the community. The team doesn't give a shit. But I think Corey Mace will. He seems like a family guy. I think he's going to build a family atmosphere. I think
he's
so.
He's got to be like Dan Campbell. He's got to change the culture. I read an interesting article. There's 2 teams in the CFL, Montreal Alouettes and the Winnipeg Blue Bombers. 4 games out of their 9 home games, they let the fans on the field after the game. Get the fans.
Really cool.
You can hang out on the field and play a little catch and do whatever. And I think that's a great idea because
Are you kidding? The more interaction, the better. That's how you build the culture. Get them down there. Get a couple of the players to stay after every game and throw the ball around, kick the ball around. Man, are you kidding me? I'd fall in love with them. It'd be awesome. It'd be great. It'd be just like it used to be.
And that's how you get young fans involved.
That's right.
And the CFL does have a problem with the young generation. They got to get them interested, and getting them out there with a guy like Sean Bain or anybody like that. I mean, who wouldn't want to go back?
And you got to have your quarterback involved in the off-field stuff.
Yeah,
he's always the star. Darian Durant was at every function. Everyone. It was Durant and a couple others.
That did hurt us last year with Harris being hurt and gone, and
it did. And he is a family guy. He is a family guy. And it's for sure. I mean, you can't fix injuries, but you can still be a part of the community. You can still. I mean, even the year Durant went down, it was still a community love team.
Well, we had the Fantus Flakes and the All Dressed Chips, and that was
like they had co-op products for God's sakes.
Yes, I know, but hey, we still had those things, right? Like that was the greatest team in Rider history, I think.
It was amazing. John Chick, Stevie Beggs. You go back that 6-year span. I mean, we should have won four Grey Cups.
You remember the man with the golden smile and KD Williams? Do you remember?
I do. Wes Cates.
Cates.
Think of this stuff. It was unreal. Chris Getzlaff.
I hope they get Wes involved with the team.
I would love Chris Getzlaff to be involved in the worst way. He's from there.
Dan Farley is involved, so he's a new fitness guy.
Yeah, I don't want to see him being the coach. I don't like that. I don't think that's great until they've proven that they can coach, right? But I love to see them involved because they know what it takes. They've lived it. They know the experience that the fan in Saskatchewan wants to feel. They know how it should feel. They lived through the best time of Riderville, in my opinion.
I got a question to ask you. So we know Michael Ball is gone. His sidekick. Did you hear anything about him?
Haven't heard anything about him. Nope, I didn't. Everything was about Ballsy in that one.
Yeah, because I mean, I'm trying to think of his name off the top of my head, who was on games with Michael Ball there, but
Yeah.
former defensive lineman, I think.
Yes. Yeah.
Yeah.
Former rider. Yeah.
Yeah, yeah, and he was really good there too. But I mean, will he survive that, or who knows
Yeah.
what actually went on there? But
Yeah, it's slipping my head. I'm listening to him right now in my head. I'm like,
yeah,
yeah,
I can hear him. I can hear his voice, man.
Yeah, I can't think of his name. I mean, that just shows you how much balls he had an impression on us. We never forget Michael Ball.
Yeah, I think he was number 98, in fact.
Damn you, Tyson.
Defensive lineman, defensive tackle, Canadian. Yeah, he was good, but we'll see what happens there. I mean, that's a tough play-by-play guy to fill the hole with. I mean, best since Rod Peterson. Best since Rod Peterson.
I agree.
And I don't think Peterson's coming back. So
no, he'll never join Riderville under those two management. Are you kidding me? He ain't coming back. That's why he left.
Yeah, like and he was a great play-by-play.
And now he's got his freedom. It's basically his show.
Yeah, that Derek, whatever, I can't remember Derek. He was a play-by-play guy too, but I didn't like him. He's in
Derek Taylor.
Yeah.
He came and he left, and I didn't care. Yeah,
I didn't like him on the radio. I didn't.
Me neither. He was lame. Plus, he didn't like the Riders.
Yeah, like
brought him in as an outside voice, and he was never pro Riders. And I'm like, you got to be at least pro Rider to be our guy.
I want to with the energy, like Michael Ball announced with energy and excitement. And
like
if they were shitty, he would let you know that on
the like there are some guys that take it too far that I don't like, but I can appreciate their excitement, and I think they're super lame. And I'm like I'm not a Gene Principe fan, but I love his heart. He lives and bleeds orange. Let's be honest. It's great to see. Like, that's his team. That's his team. And you know it 100%. And he's lame and he's corny and whatnot. But I'm like, you know what? I hate him.
He loves the Oilers.
I'd love him to be my guy, Yeah. Like, but that's what you need. You need a guy that actually loves that team, bleeds for it.
Yeah. Who's, through the thick and thin. He's with
That's right. He's been there through it all. That's the guy.
He most certainly has, and he's got some tremendous one-liners.
I mean, if you'd allow cussing and off-color jokes, we'd be perfect for the job. Shit, we've lived through everything. The good,
I
the
think
bad.
We could bring a new element to Riderville. I'm just saying, like, if we get in the booth and we have if we can ever remember his name, join us as the color.
Yeah, exactly.
Us three guys could do a Rider game.
I mean, you can get me a big button. I know when the swear words are coming, and I can push it right away and just have dogs barking or whatever you need to have. Mother.
Yeah, and then we could have the song "Who Let the Dogs Out."
Exactly. Yeah.
Well, we'll maybe have to do a little play-by-play in days to come. We'll just pick a play and we'll announce it and
just dissect the shit out of it.
One of us can do the play-by-play, the other can do the color, and we'll throw it out there on the web and see what happens, man.
And the quarterback backs up. He takes a look. There's a hot chick in row 3. He's a little confused. Nope, ma'am. He's off the second read, man. There's the guy in his face. He shit himself. The throw is in the air, and it's up. Incomplete. Okay, all right. And the quarterback is picking dirt out of his mask. Yeah.
Well, we'll practice you're gone for next week, so
I am.
The week after, we're gonna do a little play-by-play and color commentary of a rider. We'll just make one up in our head, and we'll do it. That'll be our job edition for 60 PKRS.
That'll be our application form.
Yes. So everyone can listen, and we will have yesterday's show up today. We didn't have the room to put it up. We had enough minutes, and
we had a couple interviews last month, so that puts our minutes up. Yeah,
that put everything up. So we will have that up today, and we'll be back for one more show before you go to holidays, and then we'll try and hook up with you at some point when you're on.
Yeah, I do have Wi-Fi. I reached out to the resort. I just don't know how good yet. So I'll test it on week 1. I'll do a couple FaceTimes with some people back home, and then I'll know whether or not it'll hold up for a little visit.
You betcha. No, that sounds good. That's the only way I'll get to Hawaii is if you FaceTime me.
I can walk you around the resort, get you an ice cream or something.
Yeah, well, tell me how it tastes too, man.
It's delicious, Tyson.
Oh, but anyways, thanks. We're probably cutting close on time now, so yeah, you got to get back to Just Insurance. So
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, someone's got to pay for this Hawaii trip.
hey, I got lots of compliments about that yesterday, and it's been brought to my attention that I ain't as hard on you as I used to be. So I got to pick up my game. So here we
I've
go.
never been hard on you, and no one ever talks to me about it. Your friends are assholes. You tell each one of those sons of bitches, come talk to me in the office.
Listeners,
I will have a few words.
Listeners, Josh,
No,
listeners.
those sons of bitches, nobody hops on my back and gives me shit. You come visit me at Schmaltz Insurance and I'll jack your rates.
Just inflation, just insurance,
Just insurance.
just in case.
Oh, man. Yeah, for coming from the guy who can't win a damn game of Madden and lets a 70 burger go. Son of a bitch.
We also got Justin Close, so we got
Justin Close. That's true.
Yeah, and a Justin Schmaltz as well.
There's a lot of Justins, but not just insurance.
And remember, for all your insurance needs, contact Donnie, not Josh.
Yeah, exactly. Contact Don. I'm never there, anyways. Tyson, you go away.
All right. Well, we'll end her there and join us tomorrow morning for Friday show. And who knows what we'll be talking about.
Who knows where it goes.